So news organizations are going to court to fight to keep the courtroom open for a major pretrial hearing in Harvey Weinstein's sexual assault case. Now, both sides, the prosecution and the defense, have asked the judge to close the courtroom and hold the hearing basically in secret. And they say that they're doing this because there are going to be women who have accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual misconduct who will be in the courtroom, and they want to protect those women's identities. The defense says that they want the courtroom closed because of the pretrial publicity that might taint the jury pool. The media organizations are arguing that that's nonsense because many of these women have come forward publicly with their names and faces in the news media. And there has been so much coverage already that practically everyone knows what Harvey Weinstein's accused of, and ultimately the trial will be about the two women whose allegations have led to criminal charges. So far, the sides in the Harvey Weinstein case have only asked for this one pretrial hearing to be closed to the public. There's no indication that they'll ask for the actual trial itself to be closed. And if that happens, you can be sure that these news media organizations that are fighting to keep the hearing open will also go to court to fight to keep the trial open. So Harvey Weinstein's criminal case involves allegations from two women of the dozens of women who have come forward over the last year or so. Those women have not been identified publicly, and many news organizations, including the Associated Press, have a policy where they will not identify those women in print or on broadcast unless they have given permission to do so. That said, there are many other women, Ashley Judd, Mira Sorvino, actresses, famous people who have come forward and accused Harvey Weinstein of misconduct, and some of those women may potentially be used as witnesses by the prosecution to show the jury that this was not a one-off or a two-off, this was a pattern of violating women over many years. So lawyers for news organizations, including the Associated Press, are going to court first thing Friday morning, and they're asking a judge to keep the courtroom open for this very important pretrial hearing. Now, the lawyers say that there is a very high bar for the judge to clear to close a courtroom. The whole nation of laws in the United States is built on this foundation of a public airing of courtroom proceedings and transparency, and that closing the courtroom would work against that. The judge is expected to rule almost immediately, and media lawyers have asked that if he rules against them and closes the courtroom, that they be allowed the opportunity to appeal that ruling. The Harvey Weinstein hearing, the hearing about these potential witnesses, is scheduled to take place Friday morning. So the media lawyers say, why not delay that a few days at least so that they would have an opportunity to argue this before an appellate court. Now, the media lawyers say certainly there may be an opportunity where you need to close the courtroom or have some conversation in private, but their argument is don't close the courtroom en masse, don't do a blanket ruling, take a few minutes when you need to and pull somebody aside or redact a certain part of a document, but don't seal the entire document and really keep this important proceeding out of the public eye. This hearing is important not only because it could show us how the prosecution and defense are going to go about trying this case, but it is one of the last hearings that we'll see Harvey Weinstein in court before his trial date, which is scheduled for June 3rd. So it's not only gives an opportunity, if there is an open courtroom, to a window on what the trial may look like, but it's also one of the last opportunities before we really see Harvey Weinstein going in front of a jury and seeing these witnesses, these women, taking the witness stand.